The recall management system is very exciting for me because it allows me to make a different kind of phone call to the customer. And we are so heavily involved in trying to make sure that our customers are getting a different experience at the dealership. It's different than just a sales message. People are used to getting a sales message, and when they come in, they're feeling a little pressure. And with this system, with the recalls, it's great because we can call and invite them into the dealership so that we can help them get their car fixed and repaired through the recall. So it's a real subtle way to invite them into the dealership and also give them the opportunity to get their vehicle fixed and or get a new vehicle. So I'm just very excited about it. We are. So we use AutoAssist quite a bit. As a matter of fact, Mike and I use that a lot together. We actually have bets from time to time. We'll find some AI conversations in AutoAlert, and he'll bet me if I can sell the customer a car or not. I think I'm 29 for 30 at this point on AI. So it's really great because once the customer engages with the AI, they'll tell you everything you want to know on how to sell them a car. And that in combination with GeoAlert, it's a winning combination. So with Geo, the nice thing about that is I can tell if they've been shopping at another dealership, someplace other than ours. It doesn't have to be a Ford dealership, but it can be any manufacturer at all. So that, along with any AI that there might be, having any dialogue that might be being had, really gives us and narrows that funnel for us on who the real buyers are. Because if they're having dialogue with the auto assistant and then they're out shopping, there's a high likelihood that customer is going to buy a car. I think, obviously in every department that we have in the dealership, we have certain matrix that we follow. There's minimum standards for everybody. They've got certain goals they've got to hit, and we track and measure every single aspect of those. So we're very transparent with how we do it with our employees. So it makes it a lot of fun because they can see where they are compared to others. So AutoAlert, there's no difference with AutoAlert, right? Each employee has X amount of customers that need to be called, and it is a way for a salesperson to call the right customer at the right time at the right message. Rather than making this silly phone call, then I call it the dumb call, where it's basically, hi, how you doing today, right? Rather than saying something smart like, gee, we've noticed that your vehicle has an open recall and we'd love to invite you in to have that repaired. And of course, while they're here, we'll offer them some options they can take home and think about in regards to replacing their vehicle for a new one. So we do training regularly. Every Friday we do training with AutoAlert. We make sure that everybody understands what to say and how to say it to their customers, but it's really more of a targeted, low-pressure approach that people really appreciate, because today you can buy a car anywhere, and the difference maker isn't always the price, it's the experience. And this is really helping us create a better experience for our customers because it's a more fluid, relative conversation. So I hope that answered your question, but it really is, for me, I'm trying to create a vibe at our dealership, or we have created a vibe at our dealership where it's a very transparent, happy, genuine place to buy a vehicle, that you can gather information, get the information you need, take home and think about, but we're giving them relevant information to their situation. It isn't just a shotgun approach. So it's worked out great, and we just love it. Customer experience to me is a feeling, right? You can tell people what to do and they will do it, but it's got to be genuine. It's a customer experience for me is a feeling. It's a Ritz-Carlton type vibe where everybody is on the same page with the same goal, with the same vision, right? Wanting the same thing for our customers. So I tell everyone, especially in service, for example, I want you to treat this customer as if it were your wife or your mother or your daughter, or your son. How would you handle them if they came to the dealership, right? Here's an example. So on the front end. So customer walks into the dealership and they are greeted by the receptionist. And the customer says to the receptionist, hey, gee, where's your restroom at? And the receptionist will, she points and, it's over there. Or the receptionist stands up and says, hey, follow me. And she walks her to the restroom, or walks that customer to the restroom. That's the difference. It isn't something that you say, it's something that you do that creates this feeling that the customer has of, gee, that was really nice. And all those little feelings, positive feelings we give to a customer, they collaborate into a sale. because they trust you, they feel comfortable, they want to do business with you, and in turn, the employees are happier because they're treating people that way as well. We're telling them to treat these customers differently. We're telling them to treat them as guests in their home. And so that creates an overall wonderful experience. And the proof in the pudding is that we've really been working hard on this for the last 3 or 4 months with our dress code and with the hospitality courses that I give to people, and Terry Millerisms that we basically have. It's a great day at Gary Crossley Ford. Everybody says it, right? When people walk in, everybody says it. When they're on the phone, it's a great day at Gary Crossley Ford. It just puts a smile on people's faces. And our CSI has gone through the roof. In October, we had a 4.97 CSI, 5 being the best. 4.97. We had 44 surveys that were perfect, and the last day we got one that was just a slightly less than perfect. And every month since then, we've been over a 4.95. And that just has to do with the mindset of people being friendly, happy, and helpful, right? So it's a lot of fun trying to create a positive customer experience. It's a lot more fun doing that than it is, the alternative. AutoAlert enhances that in really one word, and that's confidence. Because AutoAlert gives us the confidence that we're going to have the right conversation with the customer. There's nothing worse than calling a customer and not knowing enough about that customer to have the confidence to have a conversation with them. It's like calling a friend after a year and trying to, catch up again. Well, a lot of times customers aren't going to do that with you. It's always better to know a little bit about the customer, or a lot of it about the customer, know where the journey has been through, their experience through the dealership, what they've done in service, where they are in their car as far as equity goes, or whatever it may be. But it creates a sense of confidence, and obviously people want to talk to someone who's confident, right? I'd rather buy something from somebody who's confident than somebody who's, porky pigging going, I'm not sure, what I'm talking about here. So it really is a huge part of that. And at the summit meeting that we had, and I spoke there, I was really, focused on that, because AutoAlert has a responsibility to his dealers to create that feeling for the dealers, right? Just like they're trying to create for the vendor or for the dealers they're trying to sell to. They really go hand in hand. So it's a big part of that feeling that we can create for the customer in service and the front end, and in sales, of course.